So since he made that statement, viewers, Mr. K. Sudhakar has come out and said that it was taken out of context. We leave it for our viewers to decide whether it was taken out of context or not. He was speaking on Mental Health Day in front of the Health Minister, where he went on to suggest that modern women don't want to get married. If they get married, they don't want to give birth. And if they do want to have a child, they resort to surrogacy. All of this is under the influence of the West. Take a look for yourselves.
Indian women, in particular modern Indian women, have always had a rough ride with sexist mindsets, where their modernity more often than not viewed as a curse or something that corrupts. Sample this.
A lot of modern women in India, they want to stay single. Even if they get married, they don't want to give a birth. They want surrogacy. So there is a paradigm shift in our thinking, which is not good.
Karnataka Health Minister K. Sudhakar made this bizarre statement on the occasion of World Mental Health Day. Speaking on choices made by modern-day women, Sudhakar said that lots of modern women in India want to stay single. They don't want to give birth or choose surrogacy. He blamed Western influences on Indian society. For a young minister who till now seemed to display modern views, let the mask slip to display deep-rooted sexism. The minister was quick to issue a clarification after his remark invited sharp criticism from women rights groups as well as the opposition Congress. The minister issued this statement. I intended to send across the message on how our Indian family value system can address the mental health issues that we are facing today. It is unfortunate that a small part of my address has been taken out of context. However, the Health Minister K. Sudhakar's earlier remark was endorsed by his party colleague, BJP National General Secretary C.T. Ravi, who said that such mindsets of modern Indian women need serious attention and is a matter to be pondered upon, elaborating that the mindset of educated and working women have broadened too much. It's not the first time that political leaders have given unsolicited lessons in morality to modern women. Not the first time that Indian modern women find themselves the subject of slander in the sexist cesspit of politics. Not the first time, we ask. Public policy in hands of medieval mindsets. Bureau Report, India Today.
So what's understandably happened, after that remark by the health minister, mind you, is that he's issued a clarification where he says it was all taken out of context. But on the other side, General Secretary of the BJP, Mr. C.T. Ravi, his colleague, says nothing wrong in what he said. Not all, some women are like that. Not all, though. He also went on to say that modern women with modern education has broadened their mind a little too much than necessary. All of this on record. Well, we're going to pose the question to our panelists in a short while from now, because these are the people, it's okay to criticize, it's okay to say what they did, but these are the people who are in charge of public policy. I want to cut across right now to Brinda Adige. She's a social activist, she's also a women rights activist. She joins me. We're going to cut across to our political panelists in a short while from now. But Ms. Adige, why is this crucial not to just criticize, but also to seek an apology, to ask what's wrong, because he's the health minister of the state. His colleague, who's the general secretary of the BJP, says there's nothing wrong with it.
See, that is an absolutely understatement, wrong statement. How dare he say nothing wrong with it? These are elected representatives. They make policies, they make laws for us. They are the ones who are supposed to uphold the constitution. And when they make these kind of statements, whether it is for some women, few women, only a couple of women, only a section of women, all that is irrespective. Who are you, elected representative, to make a statement about what women should do with themselves, with their bodies? Who should be a mother, who should not be a mother? Who should look after the elders and who should not? Why should we live in joint families and why should we not live in nuclear families? You are an elected representative. You tell me, those women who have chosen to become mothers, what have you done for them? Nobody has ever asked you any questions. You want women to be mothers. You want women to look after your family. You want women to not open their mouth and talk. You don't want women to be educated, but you're happy as long as they are literate and they can count something and probably read the names in the buses. Nothing more than that. So you don't want us to have a mind of our own. You're telling us that we are actually worthless, and so we should not open our mouth and we must do what my biology expects me to do because of your misogynistic, patriarchal, sexist mindset. Unacceptable. What have you done for the women of this nation and of this state?
Brinda,
please tell me, how many creches have you opened in your government offices?
Brinda, I want to, because we're waiting for a political guest, so I want to ask you one quick question as well. How troubling is it that this also comes from the health minister, because he's in charge of making so many policies for women in his state?
Absolutely. He's the health minister. Does he have any idea, any clue what physical ailments women suffer? Forget the mental ones, because you're told not to speak at all. Now he made some kind of a statement over there about women's mental health and paradigm shift. I want him to have a paradigm shift because he's the health minister, because he has to extend that health support service and system to women, which is so sorely lacking in our state. There are no budgetary allocations that are being made. Look at the number of hospitals that do not have enough professionals to cater to women. Look at the number of hospitals that are not reachable for women who are pregnant. Does he know the number of pregnancies that are delivered in the homes and not in hospitals? As a health minister, he should be worried and concerned and bothered about all of this, not whether there is surrogacy or no surrogacy, joint family or no joint family. You're the health minister. Please be bothered about the health of the women who are the carriers of the next generation of citizens of this state.
You know, and irrespective whether they suffer from ailments or not, the last, and I want to bring in our political panelists as well right now. I have Aishwarya Mahadev, Congress, and I have Mohan Krishna, BJP. Mr. Krishna, I want to come to you if you have, I hope we have you. Yes, we do. Okay, Mr. Krishna, the question I want to ask you is, the last we checked, this was a democracy. If a woman chooses to remain single, it is her prerogative. If she chooses not to have a child, it is the prerogative of the woman, maybe with her husband. And if a woman chooses to go through surrogacy, it is her prerogative. Who is the health minister or even you to tell any woman in this country that it's wrong if she chooses to stay single, it is wrong if she chooses not to have a child, it is wrong if she chooses surrogacy? Mr. Krishna, this question is for you, sir.
Good evening, Preeti. I have heard about the statement made by the Health Minister, Mr. Dr. K. Sudhakar. And I have spoken to him personally also, just in the evening. And he has made a clarification for the media as well as for everything. I would like to take a minute of my time explaining in what context he has said this. And there's nothing to read between the lines. The first thing is, Sanatan Dharma, or the Hindu collectivistic approach of the family, collectivistic family approach about which he has spoken, and the Western individualism. See, these are the two things which he was explaining. It is not derogatory remarks against the woman, or he wanted to hurt the sentiments of the woman. That's the first thing. Second thing is, we should understand the mental health of the people today, especially women folks in the country or in the world today after the pandemic. With regard to that, on the World Mental Health Day, he was speaking on that issue, that the women are very sensitive, very emotional people. We respect in Hindu Sanatan Dharma, and as a BJP people, as a individual person, as a Dr. Sudhakar also, I know him very well. He has got a daughter and he is a married person and he has got his mother also. See, we should understand before talking.
You've taken more than a minute. I want to ask you again. You know, I want to take you back to what he said. You said he's issued a clarification and you're going to explain why is it out of context. I'm not understanding that women are very sensitive. It was World Health Day. What does it have to do with saying that women, it's wrong that women choose to be single, not to give birth, to choose surrogacy? What is wrong if somebody chooses surrogacy? I want to ask you, what is wrong if somebody chooses to be single? What is wrong if somebody chooses not to have a child at all? A woman chooses that. And what does Sanatan Dharma have to do with it? It's a woman, it's a democracy, irrespective of religion, sir.
I accept your argument very well. I would like to tell you something. Look, he has said, don't read between the lines. Again, I'm saying.
Sir, I'm reading, I'm quoting verbatim.
Tell him to have a paradigm shift.
Please. On World Mental Health Day at NIMHANS yesterday, he was talking on women folks, their sensitivity and emotional things. And what is the Indian system and what is the Western system? People are adopting Western system more and they are leaving Indian system. He wanted to insist.
So the Indian system you're saying, sir, means, sir, as I bring in Aishwarya Mahadev as well, I want to ask you, for the clarification, does the Indian system mean that a woman is meant to get married, meant to bear children, should not look at surrogacy? Is that Indian system? And Western system means she can be single, she can choose not to have a child, she can look at surrogacy. Is that what defines Indian and Western for you?
Yes.
You are asking me or Aishwarya?
Sir, I'm asking you.
Okay. See, every individual has got their own rights. They can go according to the rights. He was talking, I'm again clarifying categorically to you, to everybody in the country, that he has not spoken any derogatory remarks against the women folks of the world, not just India. He was only giving comparison, the collectivism and the individualism. What is collectivism? The Indian system is collectivism. When you are in a collective system, like you have sisters, brothers, everybody around you, even if you are stressed, how to take care of the mental stress.
Sir, before you start dispensing advice on the collectivism and individualism, there are 3 women on your panel shaking their heads. Aishwarya Mahadev, I don't want to ask you as a woman here. I don't want to ask you as a woman. As the opposition, what's the problem that you have? Your own leaders have made such sexist statements in the past.
Preeti, before I get into that, first and foremost, I walked into this debate quite upset and offended by what Dr. Sudhakar had said. And I think the BJP spokesperson quite well added to that. And now I'm just absolutely outraged that a bunch of men want to tell us what we should do, how we should behave. And they justify it with collectivism. To be quite honest, Preeti, to bring children into a world like this, where this is the sort of attitude and this is the sort of misogynistic patriarchal system they want to impose on women, then, I'm not even surprised that a lot of people do not want to have children at all. But Preeti, to be very honest, let's make this very clear. Mr. Mohan Krishna came out here and said women are very sensitive. It was Mental Health Day. We were talking about Sanatan Dharma versus Western culture. There was no apology there. Every time, let us clarify that the Congress or people in the Congress have made any statements, even seemingly deemed derogatory. It has been
Sir, let her finish. I'll come back to you. Let her finish.
So 1 second, let me finish. I kept quiet during your diatribe. So Preeti, during the entire exercise, when anybody has spoken out, even in a seemingly derogatory or misogynistic manner, our party has called them out. We have condemned it. We have not condoned it at any point. And now the BJP here is trying to use an entire plethora of excuses to justify what Dr. Sudhakar said. There is no excuse for a person on Mental Health Day to go talk about what culture and what women should and should not be doing with their bodies. Does it offend a man so much that a woman today chooses and has the right to choose whether she gets married or not, or whether she is answering that biological prerogative that I'm sure Mr. Mohan Krishna is talking about, whether they're answering it or not? This is the systematic, sort of patriarchal mindset of BJP, and this has happened over years.
Sir, let's go one by one, no? Let her finish. Please make your point, Aishwarya, and then I'll go back to
Preeti,
Mr.
the
Mahadev.
fact of the matter is, there is no apology coming out of this. This is exactly what the BJP thinks. This is the exact mindset that this entire fraternity of men have basically done. And this is the systematic subjugation of a woman and her autonomy.
Aishwarya, you've spoken, okay, like I said, you've possibly spoken like a modern woman here because, you say the Congress has always called them out. No, the Congress has not called them out. There are many instances. I'll quote you one. Your own party leader, Priyanka Chaturvedi, left your party primarily because the way she was treated by certain men in Agra. We'll come back to that later because it's not the object of the debate. But I want to go back to Mr. Mohan Krishna. Mr. Mohan Krishna, there's something lost in translation. Is there an apology? Is there no apology? What is the clarification?
प्रीति चौधरी जी, मैं आपको एक बात बताना चाहता हूं, हमारा अपोजिशन वाले ये नहीं बताया कि they have not said anything about, they have not congratulated the health minister Dr. K. Sudhakar for the kind of work he has done.
Sir, वो debate नहीं है ना? Sir, that is not the debate.
Let me complete. He has got the award, the best state in the country to handle the pandemic. Come on, have some.
Sir, my organization gave him that award on Healthgiri. Now my organization is asking that question. Why does the minister have such a medieval mindset?
Yeah, India, I'm sitting on India today. I'm giving you the clarification. I have spoken to the minister. There is no apology. See, he has not said any derogatory. And again, I am saying, what is Indian system of women, how they live?
Sir, I want to ask you, what is the Indian system?
That is what he has said.
Sir, what is the Indian system?
He did not say anything more than that.
Sir, tell us what is the Indian system. There are three women looking at you and asking you that it is the Indian system. What is the Indian system? Pray tell us. Sir? We seem to have lost him. All right. I want to cut across right now to Brinda Adige. Brinda Adige and Aishwarya Mahadev. Brinda Adige, closing comments. Doesn't this all smack of what we began this whole conversation with? Because these are our policy makers. They think it's the Indian system for a woman to get married, bear children, not look at surrogacy.
Absolutely, Preeti. And is my Indian system above my constitution? That is the question I wanted to ask Mr. Mohan. Would he actually stand up there and say, yes, my Indian system, whatever is his limited understanding of Indian system, supreme than my constitution? Because what we are talking of over here is he's sitting there because of my constitution, not because of an Indian system. And when he sits there because of my constitution, he jolly well
I hope we have him again. Have we lost him? We seem to have lost him. Okay, Aishwarya Mahadev, once again I'll come back to you because, where political parties are concerned, none the richer. You're pretty much in the same cesspit as the BJP here.
Preeti, I strongly disagree for the fact that we have taken action, even in the incident of what happened in Agra, that Ms. Chaturvedi decided that she would leave even before that, the party could offer her any recourse. However, that one unfortunate incident aside, and I'm sure she's much happier where she is now and far more.
The amount that was set even on Smriti Irani, if we go on to those quotations from Maharashtra ministers, we don't even want to get in there. But please finish.
Preeti, the very singular fact remains, whether you want me to speak as a person from the Congress party or even as a citizen in this country, there exists a deep entrenched system of patriarchy in every single walk of life, whether at the highest offices or even with spokespersons or even ministers who have doctorates for God knows what reason. You see that this is a systemic problem, and this is an idea that a bodily autonomy of a woman belongs to men and decision makers, and they get to choose this. And this is a larger systemic problem. And I think this a lot of people have addressed, whether you're married, you're single, whether you want children or not, the fact that there are male legislators that want to sit there and have an argument and a conversation, even things like the surrogacy bill, how many women even were allowed to opine on this, right?
Fair
and you
enough.
see that there is a massive problem, and that has to be addressed. And whether you like it or not, Preeti, you want to do it like, track record for track record, incident for incident, the Congress has been far more proactive in its curbing of statements against any statements that are sexist or misogynistic in
that
nature.
could be debatable, but I do take your point of view. You've made a fair point with what you just said. I want to quickly close the bulletin. Appreciate both the ladies for joining us and Mr. Mohan Krishna, who we've unfortunately lost at a very crucial moment.